I want to take a moment and show you guys the mount that I just put on my Siren. I have this Garmin fish finder, chart plotter, depth finder that I wanted to install somehow, but without putting a lot of holes in the boat. So I saw this mount idea on a sailing forum. I looked at the RAM mounts, but they were expensive, and also they didn't tend to articulate in the way that I needed them to. Like this one has 3 articulating joints on it. So this is actually a TV mount that was purchased from Amazon for $15. Saw the idea on a sailing forum from a few years ago for a slightly different setup, but I thought that this would work for me. What's great about this is if I want to look at the chart plotter while I'm sailing, but it's sprinkling, or say I need a little bit of shade to see it better, I can push it right back under here. Or if I'm sitting on the, say, the starboard side, I can tip it this way. Or if I'm on the port side, I can do this. I can push it really far out. I can make it flush. And then also, I'll show you in a moment, but I can push it way back into the cabin itself. It really is a great mount, and it's extremely sturdy, built for a 30-pound television for like a pound or pound and a half Garmin that I can just take off. That's pretty dang lightweight, so it feels very good. I'm going to show you how I mounted it inside and the screws that I put in. On the inside here, you'll see that on the rails from the outside, these guides for the companionway, the hatch cover, I always forget their name, but you can see I took the screw out of the top and I put a slightly longer one in there with a washer and slightly thicker, and I screwed that in very tight. That's not going anywhere. Unfortunately, down here, here's the next one, wasn't close enough, so I had to put another one in. I had to drill. I hate drilling into the fiberglass, but I had to do it for this, and I put it in right there. Same idea, those are stainless. This thing's probably created or made out of some type of a inexpensive steel, powder coated, but you know, it'll last. But it's extremely sturdy. So you can see right there, it's shaking the whole boat before anything else. And you get an idea of how I can fold it away, kind of put it in the corner if I need to. There are probably better ways to do that, but I'll figure that out under sail. As for how I mounted it, I realize it's a little awkward with this sticking out, and there are probably better ways to do this, but this is what I had. I had this mount here, this base for my Garmin that is meant to sit flush, so it's a flush mount. But I wanted to use what I had already sitting around in my shop. So I made a piece of wood here, a kind of a mounting plate for my Garmin out of wood. I would have used aluminum if I'd had some left, but most of my scraps were too small for this. I think it would be better. So I used some wood, painted it black, and then you can see here that I took the TV mount and drilled right through. And there are these spacers right here that came with the mount itself. They were a little bit big, so I sawed them in half, and I'm using them here just to give me a little bit of space because of, let's see if you can see this in there, it might be hard to see. But because of the Garmin mount, you can kind of see right here. But because the Garmin mount itself and the screws go through the mount and into this mounting plate, so it wouldn't sit flush, and I was having a little bit of difficulty there. Not a big deal, it does work, and it works just fine. And then I've wrapped the cord, as you can see, around here, goes around, then under, and then plugs into my stuff. There are lots of different ways to move it around, and I'm excited to use it on the water here pretty soon and get an idea for, you know, how it works when I'm fully under sail. I hope this video is helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And if, once again, you're looking for the product, look in the description below where I will put the Amazon link. And if it's not there when you look at it, I'm sure there's something similar to it that'll work just fine as well. And if you don't go with this setup, hopefully it gave you some ideas. And yeah, I want to do a few more videos of some other things that I've changed on the Siren, also on the Spindrift, which is the Siren's little sister boat. So I might do a few of those here coming up soon. Thanks a lot.